Well, hello! In this video I'll be taking a look at the Disney Pixar Cars Dark Side toys. This franchise has attracted a lot of knockoff toys that I see in the places that I find the knockoff Thomas the Tank toys, and I can assure you there'll be a couple of episodes covering the Cars knockoff toys. Here on YouTube, most people would know me for the Thomas the Tank knockoff toys that I cover, and also the Angry Birds toys that I look at, and these videos tend to be very, very popular. There's one little difference in this Dark Side video. I'll be introducing my friend the Hammer, who will be giving these toys a little tap to see if they can take a bit of rough play. So buckle up your seatbelts, Cars fans. You're in for a ride you're never going to forget. Well, here are our first cars. It's a twin pack, as you can see. There's Lightning McQueen and Francesco. I've forgotten his name out. I'm not very good at the cars' names, the character names. But what's good about the knockoff stuff is the box artwork, and that's what lures people in. People see this box artwork, or children see it, and they think, oh, you know, can we have that? You know, it's only cheap, blah, blah, blah. $10 for that, so it's basically $5 a car. To give you a price scale in Australia, that little Mattel car there, that's the normal little die cast, is $10. That can be a little bit more and a little bit less, but let's call it $10. And so you'd be thinking, well, there's one small metal car for $10, or you can buy a knockoff larger cars, which are plastic, for $10. It's quite a curious decision. Okay, let's come in and do an unboxing. You know, I remember the price because I actually write the price underneath things when I buy them. And well, what I found in the Dark Side stuff is like it's either $10, $12. It always seems to be these sort of very easy to remember round numbers, and that just feels cheap and nasty. Oh dear, oh dear. And here comes Francesco. And I haven't worked out his name out yet. Oh, the piece has just flown off, I think. Welcome to the Dark Side, guys. Well, let's take a look at Francesco and put that wing that flew off. I take it he's a high-speed sort of Formula 1 car. This feels so cheap and nasty, it's not funny. It's got a little motor in there that you can do that and the thing will take off. But it's just frightfully cheap and nasty, this. And as you saw, a piece flew off as I pulled it out of the box. Yeah, I don't know why people buy this stuff. It just doesn't make sense when you start to see it. It's poorly painted. It just, has sharp edges all over it. I'm just feeling like this front wing here, how sharp that is. And it just doesn't feel right. In fact, there's a piece there. I'll just go in closer. It's actually cracked already. There you go, straight out of the box. No play, look at that. It's fallen apart. And look at this as I flex the body. Look at that opening up there. This really is a low-end Dark Side toy, I can tell you. And you know what, the more I feel this, the sharp plastic on this is just frightening. If a child had this, they'd be cutting their fingers apart. It's all sharp here, it's all sharp around here, it's sharp around the front here. That doesn't want to be with us, does it, that end piece? Where is the Department of Fair Trading in Australia pulling this stuff out of the shops? I see it everywhere, and it's really embarrassing. Well, what I'll be doing is introducing the Hammer to Francesco. Let me just drive him off, and let's bring in our next car, which is Lightning McQueen. Done a wheelie there for us. And I don't think this is much better than the one we've just looked at. I suppose this is depicting the Cars 2 Lightning McQueen. I hope I'm right there. I'm not a cars expert, and please, if I do make mistakes, I apologise. And please correct me. That's what it's all about. Because I know there'll be people out there who know lots about this franchise, and I'm going to really struggle. The stickers are on here, but they are only just on, as you can see. The wheels, I mean, look at the axle play in this. Got a little bit of detailing underneath. The plastic just, I mean, I could literally just pull that apart with so little work. It's not funny. Oh, look at that. Doesn't want to be with us, does it? This is absolute rubbish. Better take a look at Lightning McQueen's smile there. And I really do wonder why people buy this stuff. It is just so dangerous and not worth it. I try and have a bit of fun with these, and even that's almost impossible. And that bit fell off Francesco again. It's just hopeless. Here's our first one going under the hammer. A couple of light taps. We'll see what happens. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. It's gone. Well, I think that little demonstration says more about this knockoff toy than anything else. That's the stuff there I picked up off the garage floor. I think that there was the center of the vehicle. That's the rear axle. There's the driving gear. And look how amazing that piece that loved to fly off has survived. And look what it says. Oh, the irony. Oh, I know the Cars fans love to see Lightning McQueen in other colours. There's a few conspiracy theories about pink Lightning McQueens that Mattel made and they may not have made. But here's a knockoff pink plush. And I paid $15 to have the pleasure of this pink vehicle in my garage. And you know what? It's so bizarre. I sort of like it. There's a look at the smile. There's a look at his roof. And there's a bit of a peek at his Lightyear racing wheels. And I should show you under the rear spoiler. Peekaboo! And just to give you an idea of scale, there's our El Faco pink McQueen. There's our Real McCoy mini pillow pet. That's a mini pillow pet Lightning McQueen. I'll just spin these around quickly so you can see one up against the other. And you know what? If you were a Lightning McQueen collector, that pink one would actually get you fairly excited. I know I love to have variation in my massive Thomas the Tank collection. Well, here are 3 knockoff Maters. They're all got different designs. They're called Maters Tall Tales. They were $3 each. That's $3, $6, $9 worth of toys. And that's around the same price as buying one Real McCoy Cars toy. And let's have a quick look at the box artwork, because that's often where it's at with this knockoff stuff. It's often far more entertaining than what's inside. Let's have a read of that one there. The best welcome gifts for the children. Many colour, a lot, selected freely by you. More new items available. Does that make any sense, guys? The top of the box looks like that. And the underneath, which I don't show that often, looks like that. There's the $3 up there. Told you I marked them underneath, didn't I? Let's pull this Mater out. Oh, it's got a little scenery. Look at that. Radiator Springs scenery, a bit of road. Quite nice in a way, but I bet you the toy isn't. And you know what? You look at it there and you think it's sort of quite interesting. It looks sort of okay. There's our turquoisey or aqua Mater there. And the mouth details look pretty good. And there's our red one there. And a very interesting design here. That's sort of a, I call it the American flag look. I don't know whether that's related back to the films or not, because I'm not a cars expert. You guys are, not me. But when I pick these toys up and have more scrutiny, you're going to start to see the dark side. Well, these very cheap and nasty cars have a pullback action. Go Maters! Oh, watch out, Skylanders. The fake Maters are attacking. Once you start to come in and play with this toy, and I'm not joking, it just literally doesn't stay together. That wasn't set up. Look there, the plastic is broken there. This is absolute rubbish, guys. I can't express strongly. This piece is coming off, look. I mean, come on. I've never seen stuff this bad. And it's really sad that Disney doesn't come and clean this stuff up out of the shops. This shouldn't be at all in the shops or online. Just look at that. I mean, come on. I don't even need the hammer to destroy that. I did put Mater back together. Do you know why? Guess who's coming to visit? Hasta la vista, Mater! Now you see it, and now you don't. Well, I did find Mater's cabin on the garage floor. It went past my ear. This other piece was also on the garage floor. That's where he was, because I had a blue tack on one of his wheels. His hook was up on the table, but that's about it. There's not much else around. Well, next up is this Mack. Is it Mack the truck that carries Mater around? One of those things, you know, it's well presented in a box. You can see I paid $7 for this. Just turn the box around for you. There's the back of the box. Again, it's going to haul some people in, isn't it? Interesting, because it's sort of made up more like a collector's box than a toy. Let's get out of the box. You know, on a very serious note here, and you've got to be serious sometimes, from what I've seen with this Cars toys, this knockoffs, these are some of the worst that I've seen. And when I say worst, these toys are basically killers. There's small components that fly off, there's sharp edges on things, and this stuff just shouldn't be allowed. I'm surprised that it hasn't been cleaned up. Let's have a scrutiny of this guy here, and I'll tell you what, straight away, it's feeling very, very dark side. Well, the first thing, it's got some Materized doodah in there, and it'll power itself. Well, it's not until you start looking at this a little bit closer you start to just see how rough it is with the way the decals are put on there. I mean, this piece here, it's got Sharpies on it. This is just so low end, it's not funny. I mean, these bits, look at that. It's just falling apart in my hands. Look at that, it's just opening up. This is really the worst Dark Side toys that I've had on my table here. I mean, it's really, really sad. This guy's getting a hammer. I can tell you that right now. And if you're looking underneath, look at the way the axles are done. I mean, look at that. You don't even need a hammer. It's just falling apart in front of me. You can see overspray here. I just do not understand how this is allowed. I really don't. Just getting a hammer line up here. Maybe we can sing that Queen song. Another Mac Bites the Dust. While I'm hitting here. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. It's stuck on it. I feel much, much better now. Well, I've just gone through and redesigned that knockoff toy, and you know what, I think I've done a better design job than it had when it came out of the box. And what is interesting here is that little mechanism that powers it. I can finally see it. I don't know where they went from the other times I've put hammers through these. There it is there. I just found those parts on the ground behind me. This might be the new adventurous way to present the knockoff toys. Well, this next one on this junket of cars knockoff stuff, this is a toy I've already got in the Thomas and Friends knockoff version. But take a look at the box artwork, because that's where it's at. You know, read the things on the box, because that's where the deception is happening. Take a look at this other side. I think it's the same artwork, isn't it? Take a look at the top here. I mean, that's the lure. This is the little worm on the end of the hook, is this box artwork, and underneath, I think it was $15 I paid for this. Let's get it out of the box, and I'm going to have to assemble this beast. And I'll put it up against the Thomas one as a comparison. It actually comes. I just remember when I bought this, I scrutinised the box and I noticed there was a picture of one of these toys with cars running around. And there's also a picture here with what looks like the same toy, but there's different vehicles, they're bikes. And I remember opening this box in the shop to make sure I was getting the one with the little cars. And it's funny, you know, when I showed the Thomas and Friends version of this toy, there are many people who are quite fascinated by it. It's a curious little toy. It's a Guinness toy. It's one that you just basically sit down and watch. And there are the little cars. How cute. It takes 3 AA batteries, and I won't say the same old Duracell joke that I do. A long, long time ago where that derived from that joke. It's quite a simple little toy. There's only a couple of pieces of track. There's little numbers to tell you where the track pieces go. And I'm sure you're all going to be curious as to what sound chip is inside this version, because the train one had that really annoying choo-choo sound. Here's a little red car, number 97. A little yellow car, number 98. I don't know where the numbers are deriving from. And a little blue car, number 99. Get the little cars down in position and we'll turn it on. So, I wonder what scary sound chip's in this one. I'll find the switch. That's a fail. Well, the cars are getting hooked up on that bend there. Give it a bit of a teaser. Come on. Come on. It's very dark side already, this one. It's making all sorts of weird sounds. Oh, come on. Don't be like this on me. Well, I've just leveled it off a bit. It's very critical, the level on this one. And I've got the cars working. And some people will be saying, whoa, how does it work? Well, I did cover that in the Thomas Dark Side version of this toy. Well, this one's presenting some problems I never saw on the Thomas model. It's getting all sorts of hookups. Maybe this isn't as well designed as the Thomas one. Trying to get this guy's going again. Oh, just lost yellow car. Come on, guys. Get track together. quite interesting. It quite often does that. Glad I got it on camera, else you wouldn't believe me. Well, let's just drop McQueen again. Let's add some of my Thomas trains in there. What do you reckon? Get McQueen past. There's a big stack now at the top. Oh, they're all crashing. Whoa! It's almost worth a video all by itself. You'd never see that again, would you? Oh, McQueen's down. Come on, guys. This thing's going haywire. Whoa! And they're off again, and I'll get the yellow train on as well. Get McQueen back on. Wow, that's actually quite entertaining. I've finally found something half decent. Well, look at them go. That's quite exciting once you start adding more critters in there. I mean, you can watch that for hours, if not days, if not weeks. And just because it looks like fun, here's both of these styles of toys. One, the Thomas and Friends one, and the Cars version. Double Dark Side Trouble. I'll come in and I'll turn these noisy little boys off. I've got a few other things to say before the end of the video. Look, sadly, I won't be able to get onto this set in this video. I think it's got too long. There's a lot of characters here, and I don't quite understand all the names of these people, and I'm going to sound like a fool if I start opening up this. I need to do some more investigating before I show that. But look what I've found. I'm going to do a Planes Dark Side video, and those planes in there look actually very good. But looks can be so deceiving when you're dealing with dark side stuff. Just remember that, guys. I found this at a country fair. Well, I wouldn't say the exact place, but out in a quite remote part of Australia. Dark side stuff, you find it everywhere. Maybe a different way to sign off is to just take a look at the wreckage from this video. All the stuff that I smashed up. Definitely not a video if you skip watched it and you missed the action. Anyway, if you've lasted this long, I'm always going to say thanks for watching, and bye for now. Okay, here's our red mater here. Oh, I'm not... These things are absolute rubbish. Well, I did put that mater back together. Do you know why? It's already fallen apart. I'm going to introduce it to Buster. Oh, there's a bit of... Well, I did put that mater back together. It's falling apart. And what you got to think about is, well, look at the box artwork versus what we're going to see out of the box, because that's sort of where the okay, let's come in and do a